I am 102 years old today. It is a number that feels heavy when I say it, but light when I breathe it. 102 years of watching the sun rise and set, of watching empires rise and fall, and of watching the people I love turn into memories. I am sitting here nearly 5 decades past what most people call a midlife crisis. I have climbed the mountain of a century, and as I sit at the peak looking back at the long, winding path I just traveled, I have to tell you something that might hurt. Most of you, far too many of you, are living your lives as if you have forever. You treat your hours like they are cheap, like there is an infinite, bottomless supply of gold in your temporal bank. But I am here to tell you, with the authority of someone who can see the vault door closing, that the bank is almost shut. I wish someone had grabbed me by the shoulders when I was 25 or even 45 and looked me dead in the eye to tell me what I'm about to tell you. I have distilled 102 years of victory, crushing failure, and bitter regret into hard lessons that most people learn too late. If you listen to me now, really listen, you can save yourself 40 or 50 years of unnecessary pain. If you don't, well, you will eventually end up in a chair like this one, wondering where the decades went and why you spent them chasing shadows. The first lesson is the hardest one for the modern heart to swallow. Nobody is coming to save you. We spend our youth and even our middle age under the delusion that there is a safety net. We think the government or our parents or some lucky break or a perfect partner is going to arrive and fix our problems. They aren't. If your life is a mess, it is your mess. If you're broke, it is your fault. If you're out of shape, that is your fork and your lack of movement. Stop looking for a hero in the mirror of other people's eyes. You have to be the hero of your own story. It is your life. Start acting like the owner, not the tenant. You must understand that while you cannot control the wind, you have absolute tyranny over your sails. I learned this through the darkest winters of my century. You cannot control the economy, you cannot control who hires you, and you cannot control if the person you love decides to walk away. But you have absolute power over one single thing: your response. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. Most people react like children. They get angry, they point fingers, they blame the world. But a person of character controls the lens through which they view the world. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at will literally change before your eyes. Perception is the only reality that matters. Fix your lens and you fix your life. This brings me to the most dangerous lie you tell yourself every morning. I'll start tomorrow. Let me tell you about tomorrow. Tomorrow is a fantasy, a ghost that never arrives. It is a graveyard filled with half-written books, unstarted businesses, and unexpressed love. Every time you say you'll hit the gym tomorrow or start that project next week, you are breaking a sacred promise to yourself. And every time you break that promise, you become a little bit weaker, a little more fragile. Discipline isn't a punishment. It is the ultimate form of self-love because it is the only path to true freedom. If you want to be in the top 10% of humans, it isn't about being a genius. It's about being the person who does the boring, difficult work when they don't feel like doing it. Wake up, do the work, be consistent. That is the only secret there is. Let's talk about the machine you inhabit, your body. I see young women and men treating their bodies like rental cars. They intend to crash. Trash food, no sleep, constant stimulants, and poison. You think you're invincible because you don't feel the rust yet. But I am 102. My knees ache with the memory of every mile I didn't run, and my back is stiff every morning. I would trade every single dollar I have in the bank just to feel 25 again for 1 hour. Health is a crown that sits on the head of a healthy person, but only the sick person can truly see it. You cannot buy it back once the debt has come due. Put down the junk. Pick up the weights. Move your heart. Because if you do not make time for your wellness now, you will be forced to make time for your illness later. Now, we must speak of money, for it is the great distractor. People love to say that money doesn't buy happiness, but usually that's said by people who have never had to choose between a meal and a roof. Money matters. I have seen more marriages destroyed by the slow, grinding stress of empty bank accounts than by any other factor. When the bills go unpaid for too long, love often flies out the window to find a warmer place to stay. But here's the secret I learned across 10 decades: the best investment you will ever make isn't in a stock market or a piece of land. It is in yourself. Invest in your skills, invest in your mind, read the books, take the courses, polish your soul. You are the only asset that cannot be taken away from you by an inflation or a market crash. If you build a powerful version of yourself, the money will naturally follow you like a shadow. Perhaps the most painful lesson for me to recount involves my children. I spent so many years working 60 hours a week convincing myself I was doing it all for them. I thought providing things was the same as providing love. I bought the toys, I paid for the prestigious colleges, but I missed the dinners, I missed the games, I missed the quiet moments where they just needed to see me. You see, children don't want your presence, they want your presence. They won't remember the expensive video game you bought them in 2024 or 2026. They will remember the time you were staring at your phone while they tried to show you a drawing they were proud of. They will remember the empty chair at their recital. Do not trade your family for a career that will replace you with a new employee within 2 weeks of your funeral. As I draw closer to the end of my journey, I need you to hear this. It is never too late. I hear women at 30 saying they are too old to switch careers, or women at 40 saying it's too late to get in shape. That is absolute utter nonsense. I'm 102. To me, a 50-year-old is just a child with a few gray hairs. You have decades ahead of you. Colonel Sanders didn't franchise his dream until he was 62. Stop using your age as a shield for your mediocrity. But here is the paradox that keeps me awake at night. Your time is also incredibly limited. You don't have forever. Stop postponing your life. Stop holding on to grudges that rot your heart from the inside out. Stop waiting for the perfect time to be happy. The perfect time is a myth. The only time that exists is right now. Take 100% responsibility for everything in your life. Complaining changes nothing. Blaming your boss or your ex-husband changes nothing. If you want a different life, you have to be the one to build it, brick by painful brick. I look at photos of myself at 25 and I see a girl who had all the energy in the world but none of the wisdom. You right now have the chance to have both. You have the energy of youth and the cheat codes I'm giving you from the end of the line. Don't waste them. Do me a favor. Don't wait until you're 102 to realize you've lived the wrong life. Start today. Start now. Go out there and do the work because the sun is setting and you want to make sure you enjoyed the light while it lasted. Life is a series of seasons and each one demands a different version of you. In my first 30 years, I was a leaf in the wind, blowing wherever society told me to go. I thought success was a destination, a place I would arrive at and finally be allowed to rest. But life isn't a destination, it's a process of constant unfolding. You are never done. You are never finished. Even in my age, I am still learning how to let go of the things that no longer serve me. I am still learning how to forgive the people who didn't know how to love me. One of the greatest tragedies of the human condition is how much time we spend worrying about what people think of us. People who aren't even thinking about us at all. We dress for them, we speak for them, we choose careers for them. But when you are a century old, you realize that most of those people are gone, and their opinions died with them. The only person you have to live with every single second of your life is you. Make sure you like the person you are becoming. Make sure you can look yourself in the eye when the lights go out. I've seen the world change in ways I never thought possible. I remember when the only way to talk to someone was to walk to their house. Now, you have the world in your pocket, but you've never been lonelier. You have 1,000 friends online, but no one to hold your hand when you cry. Do not mistake connection for community. Do not mistake attention for affection. Go find real people, sit across from them, look into their eyes, listen to the silence between their words. That is where life happens. I want you to think about your legacy. Not the money you leave behind, but the way people feel when they hear your name. Did you leave the world a little warmer? Did you make people feel seen? Or were you just another ghost passing through, consuming resources and taking up space? You have the power to be a light. It doesn't take much. A kind word, a firm boundary, a commitment to the truth. These are the things that endure. These are the things that don't wrinkle with age. In the end, all the noise fades away. The arguments don't matter, the trophies don't matter. The only thing that remains is the love you gave and the courage you showed. I am tired now, and my journey is nearly finished, but yours is still being written. Take the pen, write something worth reading. Don't be afraid of the mistakes. They're just the ink that makes the story interesting. Be afraid of the blank pages. Be afraid of the chapters you never had the guts to start. Go live your life. Go be the hero. The bank is closing, but the doors are still open for a few more minutes. Use them.